That sounds pretty good, I think.
My mind sits here with my heart all alone.
Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today, we actually have a pretty big day. I'm actually going to attempt to learn how to mix vocals within a couple hours.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
I'm actually going to scavenge YouTube like an absolute madman, come back, give you guys all the tips that I could find so you can start mixing your own vocals, mixing other people's vocals, and putting them into your tracks, because that's ultimately what we all want. We just want a high quality vocal in our song. So yeah, that's enough talking for me. Let's get into it. So this is me actually sitting down and watching a ton of videos, doing a lot of research, and there's two things that I really pulled that I wanted to share with you guys. First off, you can learn absolutely anything on the internet. The second thing I noticed is that there are a million ways to mix vocals. How I do it in this video is not the only way. I just want to give you guys some basic knowledge, a basic idea of how to do it. But yeah, let's go. So I'm actually gonna use this sad song that I used in my last video. I actually sang this, I can't really sing, which I think will actually prove this like works better and you can use it on just about anything. Just pitch this down 3-4 minutes.
I hear the words inside your head
To kind of fit the vibe of the song. So first things first, the first thing I see in like every video, one commonality is people are like, the first thing you wanna put on a vocal is any kind of like pitch correction or auto-tune. The reason why they say this should be like the first thing that goes on your vocal chain is because basically this like auto-tune is looking at the frequencies. So if you start putting like EQs and compressors, all of a sudden the frequencies are different and that might affect how the pitch correction and auto-tune actually works. I actually don't have auto-tune, so I'm gonna use this stock Logic pitch correction.
I hear the words inside your head. Don't leave me lonely in this bed.
So that is like somewhat in key now. I think it sounds way better than what I initially sang. So the next thing, and this was definitely another like common ground, you want to cut out the low end to about 100 hertz.
I hear the words inside your head.
And then I'm going to do a little boost around 1K, and then people like to put a little shelf for the high end as well.
I hear the words inside your head.
Just makes it like a brighter vocal. So the next thing naturally in a usual vocal chain is people add a compressor. Now, this is the H-Comp compressor by Waves, and I'm actually going to be giving away this to all of my followers. Like, all of you are going to have an opportunity to get this on Friday, August 20th. So be sure to be following me on Instagram or TikTok. I'm going to be giving away this to everybody, not just one person, everybody. So be sure to be there on August 20th. But anyway, so what we're doing here is we're going to test a couple different things. I put a like preset on it. It's called like tight vocal. Most people say you want a pretty fast attack. If you're just starting, you want to bring this threshold knob up.
I hear the words inside your head.
So now we can see that knob moving. We have a little bit of compression. All right, so after that compressor, commonly what is added after that is a de-esser. And what a de-esser does is it takes all those like S and like S sounds that are kind of like harsh to the ears, and it kind of like smooths out the vocal a little bit. This is the Eosis E2 de-esser. This is by Slate Digital. There's a stock de-esser that you can use in Logic. I'm sure there's one in every other DAW. So you don't have to have like a super fancy plugin. There's all sorts of kinds of ways to do this. For this one, I basically just put on a preset.
The words inside your head.
So now that we kind of have like all of our plugins here, let's go through each one and kind of look at what we did. So, all right, I want to interrupt just for a second. Our sponsor for the month is DistroKid, and I actually want to show you guys a feature that comes with DistroKid that is pretty relevant to what we're talking about right now. So let's say you're a producer or you're an artist and you make a song with another person and you're like, how are we going to split up the money that we make from our song?
Is that a trick question?
If you have DistroKid, you can actually use something called splits. You can pick a release. I released a song with 3 a.m. music. And as you can see, look, I can literally pick so easily how much of the revenue share somebody should get. So we obviously split this 50-50. But yeah, that's all I got to say. That's how easy it is to split up your revenue if you want to do a collab with somebody on DistroKid splits. Now back to the video. So we have our auto tune. As you can see, I put this to our scale, right? I just picked the scale. I made it a pretty fast response so it could be, you know, the auto tune would be more intense. Next, we have a little altar boy, and I pitched the formant down 3 so I could have like a little bit darker feel. we cut out to 100 hertz, we boosted a little bit around 1000, and then we boosted our highs a little bit again to give it kind of like a brighter feel. Like I said, this is the HCOM compressor. We just have a little compression here to about 6 dBs.
I hear the words inside your head.
I used a preset for that and then adjusted the threshold a little bit. And then next we have our de-esser, which takes out like the harsh S sounds that kind of hurt people's ears, that are just unpleasant to listen to. So the next thing everyone always said to do was, if you're gonna put like reverb or delay or some effects, always send it to a bus. So what a bus is I will send it to here, and now I can put my effects on and I can adjust and edit only those effects without touching our main vocal.
I hear the words inside your head. Don't leave me lonely in this bed.
I could actually adjust the volume of just that reverb. So if I didn't want that reverb to be as present, I could bring that down. Whereas in this, if you were to put it directly onto the chain, you can't adjust the volume of that reverb without adjusting the volume of the entire vocal. So another thing with how this bus works, if I didn't want the higher frequencies to have a reverb, I could take my EQ and I could even cut out some of the highs and some of the lows for that reverb as well, so they're not clouding up the mix.
My mind sits here with my heart all alone, 'cause your love was right here.
So that's not putting a high cut on our whole vocal, that is just putting a cut on our reverb. So that sounds pretty good, I think.
My mind sits here with my heart all alone.
I love that. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring in this delay plugin. I actually like the ping pong effect, which like goes right to left. It gives it like a wider stereo feel. I don't want this delay to be like crazy pleasant, but we're gonna bring it back a little bit.
My mind sits here with my heart all alone.
So we just have it nice, kind of like little in the back.
My mind sits here with my heart all alone.
We have our BPM matching with our BPM of the song. The feedback knob is like how like long it's going to like actually do that delay over and over again. The output is how loud it's going to be. I brought it down. I didn't want it to be super loud.
My mind
Just kind of like off in the distance is what I want. I think this is sounding pretty good, I'm going to be honest. All right, now let's see what it sounds like kind of with everything.
Oh, I still think of you still. My mind sits here with my heart all alone.
So I want you guys to take two things away from this. First off, you can literally learn anything on the internet, right? I would watch this tutorial, I would go watch 3 other tutorials. If you really want to learn vocal mixing, there's tons of people showing you how to do it. You literally just got to type it into Google. And the second thing, I hope you guys just got like a kind of a basic understanding of what you might do to process a vocal. There's a million different ways to do it. There's a million different ways to do it for each different genre. There's probably more in-depth tutorials out there, but hopefully I gave you guys kind of like the basic, understanding. I was giving myself the basic understanding, right? I was learning myself. So hopefully you guys enjoy this journey, just coming along with me. As always, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.